Hello everyone, welcome back. So in today's video, we are going to be playing with some makeup, but it is not going to be the newest launch. It's not going to be makeup that just came out in drugstores. It is going to be the oldest makeup in my collection. So if you want to know what the OGs are at the moment, keep on watching. All right, so I thought I'd step back a minute from like new makeup and just all these like new products coming out, because we all know makeup companies love to launch things like all the time. So I thought take a break and save some coin and just use what we have already in our collection. So I went through my makeup. I picked out the oldest product in its category to do our face today. So obviously these things are not everything is super old, but it is the oldest product in my collection at the moment. Right, I got my coffee. Hopefully you have yours. Let's get ready. It is currently almost 6 o'clock in the morning. So the oldest primer in my collection right now is from e.l.f. Honestly, I don't even know like what it was called because it doesn't have like a label on here. But I bought this primer, or I started using this primer around the same time that Laura Lee, I don't know if you guys watch her here on YouTube or not, but she used to always use this primer. It is starting to empty out. It's probably expired, but it's almost gone and it still works fine. So I thought this would be a cool video to do because I feel like we're always buying new makeup. We're always trying to keep up. And I feel like a lot of our makeup that's already in our collection that we might already love gets neglected sometimes. And I feel like also people who watch YouTube, you know, I feel like even me as a consumer, I get overwhelmed sometimes with all the makeup launches, especially starting my YouTube channel. And it's like a lot sometimes to try to keep up. Hopefully this video helps you guys to not worry too much about what's always coming out and just kind of appreciate what you have already in your collection. If you guys hear weird noises in the background, it's my cat. She's gonna do what she wants to do. She's like playing right now by herself underneath my one chair. I don't know what she's doing. Anyways, so for foundation, I'm actually going to be using the Stay Matte foundation from Rimmel London. Oh my god, guys, this foundation has been through it with me. I remember getting this foundation at Laura Lee's recommendation when she was talking about, I think, the most full coverage foundations, or her top 5 or 10 favorite drugstore foundations. I'm not sure which video it was, but it's been a while. And yeah, this was one of them, and I went ahead and got it because at the time my acne was way worse than what it is now, and I was always looking for full coverage, trying to cover it up. Now, not so much anymore. I really still do like it, and this is definitely one that I will always have in my collection because it's full coverage, but also it's like still lightweight in a way. Like I feel by the end of the day, you can start to feel a little heavy, but that's like over 8 hours, going on 10 hours of wear time. And this foundation is so good. It's a very like thick, moussey foundation. So I always like to just warm it up on the back of my hand. And then I will go ahead and just place it. For this foundation, because it is so thick, I just like to use a buffing brush and just kind of buff everything in. And I don't start off with a lot because this foundation can build up pretty quickly. If you don't want it to be as full coverage, you don't have to put like so much on. And then of course, where I like to focus the coverage is on my acne areas. So what I would do is I would just take a little bit more and just put it right on those acne areas. Now obviously this isn't good to do every single day. And for me, this isn't everyday makeup. When I want a more higher coverage look, I will use this foundation, or if I'm going somewhere and I really want my foundation to last all day and I want more coverage, or if I'm doing like a photo shoot, like for example, when I did my maternity photo shoot, I used this foundation. So the oldest concealer in my collection is from Revlon, and it is the Photo Ready Candid Concealer. And this one is in the shade 022 Sand. And yeah, I don't know if I even should be using this. Can you guys see, like, it's like more darker or whatever up here and then it gets lighter. I don't know if that's what the actual product looks like inside or if that's just the packaging, but we're gonna put this on today. I remember when I bought this concealer, I bought it out of Tati's recommendation, which, by the way, where is Tati? Like, I know she was going through some things, but I thought she was gonna be back, but I guess not. I guess she's like done. I hope she's okay. I hope she's doing well. This is one of the oldest concealers in my collection, and I did just go ahead and throw away like, well, yeah, threw away like probably 3 concealers that were also like older in my collection. So we'll see how this one performs. I feel like it's not wearing bad at all. And for my forehead, I just been loving taking my whatever brush that I used for my foundation and just buffing it in, because I feel like I always have a hard time like blending it in with a sponge. Like, it just doesn't look right. It looks like it's just like sitting on my forehead for some reason. So to set my face, the Pretty Vulgar is actually the oldest powder I have in my collection at the moment. I got this like, I want to say in one of my first few BoxyCharm boxes when I first got BoxyCharm. So that's like super old. So it's probably expired because it does say 12 months. And I definitely had this way longer than 12 months. But I mean, I don't know, it's powder. It still looks fine. It doesn't stink or anything. So we are just going to continue to use this. I've been using this a lot because I am trying to like use it up. But it is a very nice powder. So I'm just going to set. Even though this is a fuller like coverage matte foundation, it is still a bit tacky, so it still does need to be set if you don't like tackiness or you don't want it to transfer that much. All right, so next I'm just gonna bronze up the face. So the oldest bronzer in my collection, it is the Lisa Frank and Glamour Dolls collab, and I actually got this in like an Ipsy, which definitely know this is the oldest bronzer in my collection because it's been a very hot minute. It's been a long time since I got Ipsy. So this is from my Ipsy bag, and this one is in the shade Bitten and Bronzed, and it is like a matte bronzer. I feel like this is more of a summer bronzer for me just because of how warm it is, but we are still gonna rock it today. And I feel like I have powder like in my eye. This bronzer is like pretty pigmented. I do plan on starting another like makeup challenge. I did post a video of me doing like a 1-week makeup challenge where I use the same makeup for 1 week. So it is about time that I switch out my makeup again, and I'm actually going to switch it out and do a 1 month makeup challenge. So I'm super excited for that because I feel like 1 week, you know, definitely gives me enough time to figure out if I really like the product, if I want it in my collection, you know, use it up a little, give it some love. But I feel like 1 month might get me to a point with my makeup where I can like maybe start panning it, as well as like maybe even use something up. So I am super excited because, like I said, as much as I am all about trying new things, I also want to give my current product some love. I am super excited to use this. I haven't used it in a hot minute. This is from Profusion, and it is one of their older blush palettes. They don't really look like this anymore, or maybe this was like a holiday collection and that's why it looks like this. I keep thinking, I have my mirror here, so on the corner of my eye it looks like someone's standing there and it's just my like mirror. But anyways, yeah, so I don't know why I'm not like, there's no mirror here, so, but anyways, yeah, and it doesn't look like on camera that I've like used it, but maybe there you can see that I have like used it, but it's definitely not like dented or anything. So we are going to be using this, and matter of fact, I used a lot of these blushes already, but I have not used this one yet in the shade Great. And by the look of like the makeup theme I have going on here, I think I'm going to go ahead and use this blush shade. Like I said, I haven't used it yet. Ooh, There is definitely some kickback. I feel like this is going to be super, super pigmented. So we have the blush. All right, for highlights and actually contour, I have this palette here. This is from Makeup Revolution. It has literally no more writing on the front and on the back. It is the Golden Sugar 2 Rose Gold Ultra Blush Palette. And I remember getting this for, I think it was my birthday a couple years ago actually. So I feel like I'm almost hitting pan on this shade right here. Like I feel like you can kind of see the bottom of the pan. So yeah, so I use that shade a lot to contour. We're just going to contour the nose just a little bit. And then I always like to go under my lip and kind of like make that shadow. Then to highlight, I'm actually going to take this shade right here. I usually use this one a lot, but I'm going to use this one right here, and we're going to highlight. Oh, there we go. I just mixed in some of the golder one with this one here, just because I feel like by itself, like in my eyes anyways, and in my lighting, it doesn't look like it was showing up too good. But yeah, so still love this palette. That's why I have it in my collection. It's definitely an oldie, but a goodie. All right, so all we have left to do is eyes, brows, and lips. So we are just going to go right in with the eyes for right now. So I am using the oldest palette in my collection, and holy moly, this is definitely the oldest palette. This is from MAC, and it is their Burgundy ×9 eyeshadow palette. And this is what it looks like. This is definitely not my cup of tea anymore when it comes to color themes. I still am in love with this shade right here. And probably like this brown is like still one of my favorites. These like two shades down here and this one here are very, very similar, but I used to always like to put those in my transition like crease area. So we are just going to do something simple today. I don't even know how this eyeshadow palette is going to perform, because like I said, it's been a hot minute since I got this palette. I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the shade right here, and then I will go into this shade to deepen up the crease. I'm gonna take this same shade here and put that on the bottom lash line. And then I'm just gonna use my finger and just dip into this like pretty champagne color, which just kind of looks like that. It's so freaking pretty. And I'm just gonna use my finger and just dab it on the eye. This could just be like a shadow on its own. I would 100% get this shadow. It's like my favorite in the whole entire palette. So this is all we're gonna do for the eyes. It's so pretty. I just love that champagne. Like, I don't know if you guys can see better, but like, you see how like pretty that is? Like, it's just so pretty. By the way, this like ring light from e.l.f. is like the best thing ever. You just clip it on your phone, and then it has 3 settings. So it's like boom, boom, boom. And like you can see on my face, look at this, look at this. Boom, boom, boom. So if you guys are looking for like a little mini ring light, definitely this one from e.l.f. is bomb. I got it to like take like selfies, as well as like when I take thumbnails and stuff. Next we are going to do brows. So this is the oldest brow product in my collection. It is from Physicians Formula, and it's the Brow Last Long Wearing Brow Gel. And it has a spoolie on one end, and then when you twist it, It's almost like the Wonder Brow. I don't know if you guys ever used that, but it is, I want to say it's like a dupe for the Wonder Brow. I have tried that one. What I do is with the Wonder Brow, I actually used to just apply on its own. But what I'm actually going to do today is I'm just going to dip my brush in the product and just start applying. It's like a pomade. Like I would say it's like applying a pomade. The only difference is like way more thinner. And it really gives you like a bam, pum, boom brow, which honestly I feel like isn't quite in anymore, you know? Like people aren't, oh God. I honestly, like I still think it's like a dupe for the Wonder Brow, but I do like the Wonder Brow a little bit more. I honestly don't see myself using this like at all, just because I'm just into pomades and I just don't see myself using this. So this is probably, and this is why I like doing these videos too. It's because again, like I'm using products that I'm like have been neglecting for a while. This brow came out with looking way nicer than this one for some reason. It always does. This one's a good child. So we're just gonna leave it like that. And next we are, all right, so oldest eyeliners, but are still safe to use, I think. This one is from Urban Decay. It's the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Perversion. This one I actually got in a Ipsy. So it might not be 100% the safest to use because it is probably pretty old, but I'm just gonna use it to like kind of smudge it on my upper lash line. And I'm not perfect with it because again, I'm just gonna go in and smudge it. Next, we are going to be using the Rimmel London Scandalous or Scandal Eyes. I can't even read it because it's not on here anymore, but it is the nude eye pencil in the shade Nude. Actually, it's 005 Nude. So I'm actually just going to put this on my lower waterline. And then for mascara, I'm just going to use the Believe Beauty Extended Lash Lengthening Mascara. I did go through my mascaras and decluttered a lot of old mascaras. So at the moment, this one is the oldest one in my collection. So I'm just going to put it on my top and my bottom. All right, so mascara is on. Next are lips. So for lips, I am using LA Colors lip liner pencil in the shade Natural, and it is just something looking like this. I either got this at the Dollar Tree or at another store, and yeah, so we are going to apply this today. Wow, it's like very, okay, first of all, it's very pigmented. It's like a very dark nude, and honestly, it's not, it's kind of applying like chunky. Okay, this might be time to get rid of. And then for lips, this is the oldest lip product in my collection. Out of lipsticks, lip glosses, you know, liquid lips, this is literally one of the oldest in my collection. And the other one, I would say the oldest before this was probably my Too Faced lip injection. And I did go ahead and declutter that one already. So this one is Kissable Liquid Lipstick in the shade Desire. And honestly, it was kind of funny because like when I was picking out all my oldest makeup, I was like, oh my God, it's like this color would go perfect with this eyeshadow palette. So it kind of just worked out with each other, but it wasn't planned. Okay, so that's a cute color. Next, I'm just going to set my face. The oldest setting spray in my collection right now is from Flower Beauty. As you can see, you can't even see like the flower label anymore on it, and it is the Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray. And by the looks of it, because a lot of people are starting to use this in their videos again, this looks like super old packaging. So I think they updated their packaging, but oh, it's like starting to like spit really bad because of how low it's getting. but we're soon there. All right, you guys, that is everything. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I think the look turned out pretty cute for everything being like the oldest in my collection. And I kind of discovered some products that I kind of forgot about, as well as discovered some products that it may be time to get rid of. But yeah, if you guys have not already, please subscribe. It is 100% for free, as well as hit that notification bell. That way you will be notified every single time I upload a new video. And if you would like to support this channel, give it a thumbs up, as well leave some comments down below. I would love to talk to you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.